I'm sure we all have heard about the Shannon Sharpe situation and what he's going through, which is serious. Uncle Shay Shay, 56-year-old Uncle Shay Shay. At the time, he was 54 and she was 19. She's like 22 now. I saw the little birthday cake with her posing with the 22 on it. It's about a couple years ago. He has really dug himself in a real big hole and let a 19-year-old female outsmart him. When you are a person with that status, famous, a millionaire, you have to move differently. And you have to be extremely careful, especially getting involved with these young females. And even though, you know, you might have some real mature 19-year-olds, even 18-year-olds that's mature. And you also have some 30-year-olds that's immature. So we look at the age right there. Age ain't nothing but a number. 19 and 54. Age ain't nothing but a number. Question mark. Is it really? Sometimes age can give you a number, if you know what I mean. Shannon Sharpe. Definitely want to put out the fact that he tried to clown Donnell Rawlings. A lot of people remember him from the Dave Chappelle show. How he really tried to clown Donnell. I didn't like that. And I actually didn't see the video when it first happened. I didn't see that episode. Now that all this coming out about Shannon, I just see the little clip. How he really tried to clown. And I'm going to say tried to clown Donnell. Because now, looking back on it, that Shannon was actually with a 19-year-old when he was 54. Yeah, tried to clown him. And that's a 35-year age gap. And I did like the fact that Donnell Rawlings' ex, he actually had a baby by this woman. She was 23 years old at the time. And it was known that she was 23 when Donnell was with her. And how Shannon just tried to clown this man, you know what I mean? Donnell! 23? Donnell! You couldn't get with the mother? What do you mean, Harriet? Forever 21? He really clowned. Tried to clown. I mean, I could say Donnell felt uncomfortable. I felt uncomfortable for Donnell after seeing this video.
She's so young that she'll pop out. Yeah, I'm like, he's 23. Donnell, why you didn't date her mom? Why you go for the... Donnell didn't date her mom because... Why didn't I date her mom? Yeah, good question. No, because that's in the Donnell Rawlings show. Love is love. And you don't... Love is love. You like him young, though. Say, Drake, I heard you. No. Don't do that. I don't like him. I don't like him young. I like what I love. I didn't groom nobody, son. It is what it is. She's a lot younger than me. But that's what it was. I gave my opportunity. I gave myself opportunity. Why you hating on me? Where y'all be at? Forever 21?
And I saw it late, but at the same time, it had to be very awkward. Very awkward. But Shannon, you know, and this woman, this 19-year-old, you know, she was a teenager. 19 teenager. Though she was legal, which doesn't make it right. You know, that's a huge age gap. But the fact that he tried to clown Donnell, yo, that's the part I didn't like either. You know what I mean? And that's a huge gap. You know, she was a teenager, yes. And Shannon pretty much tried to justify this shit, you know? Because I did see a video when he was talking about Terry McMillan, you know what I'm saying? How Stella got her groove back, how the women was praising her, they was clapping, they was cheering for, you know, Stella, how she got her groove back up in Jamaica. What, he was 20 years old, actually. I think he was like 20 years old, you know what I mean? I don't know how old she was, but she was much older, so, you know what I'm saying? You know, and we can look at, you know, Hugh Hefner, which he was, what, 80-something years old, whatever, messing with these little young girls, you know what I'm saying? These young females, you know, early 20s or whatever. Huge guy. But at the same time, you can look at this situation, you can look at this situation over here. You know, it doesn't make it right, but at the same time, you can say, hey, you know what I'm saying? They ain't get much, they ain't know anybody drag them. But yo, this situation here with Shannon, it's not even just about the age, it's about the stuff that he was saying, yo. And I'm going to give you an example. And no matter what kind of freaky mess they was doing in the bedroom or wherever the hell they was doing it at, I don't care. I mean, all this old choking, I know that they was just having, I can imagine what was going on with them too, you know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure he turned her out. And maybe because the fact that her OnlyFans, I'm quite sure he was subscribed to it. Once he met her at the gym, this woman probably just trying to get her workout on, mind her business, probably was working out by herself until this dude just saw her. You know what I'm saying? Kept staring at her. You know, every time she turned around, probably just looking at her. She just on her, you know, on the treadmill or whatever the hell she was doing. You know what I'm saying? Working out. Look back, you still staring at her. So what you gonna do? You gonna give me your number? You know what I'm saying? I just imagine this dude probably just on her like white on rice, yo. Till she probably just finally gave in and said, okay, yeah, yo. Shannon Sharp, I Googled his black ass, you know what I'm saying? And oh, he's rich, he's famous. Could have been a way for her to blow up. I'm quite sure, you know what I'm saying, she wasn't attracted to this dude. I ain't saying he ugly, but I'm just saying she probably wasn't interested. But the fact, and I'm gonna play this part right here. This is the part I ain't like. This is what's gonna bite Shannon in his black ass. And then I'm gonna talk about how he dragged Donnell Rawlins. Tried to clown this man. And I'm glad Donnell Rawlins' ex spoke out. You know, I don't think she did it for no clout. You could tell. I mean, you know, she actually came out there with a pink robe on, her red frame glasses, you know, looked like she just woke up out the bed, you know what I'm saying? She had a robe on. She wasn't trying to be all glamorous and try to get a lot of attention, but she just spoke out and said, you know, you clowning Donnell for messing with a 23-year-old. Look at you. You was messing with a 19-year-old. Well, at least I was 21. Forever 21. This girl was 19. It was one of those situations. I'm glad she spoke out. But, you know, sure, Monique tried to warn him. Cat Williams told him, what's up? Gotta be careful, yo. Especially a man at his with his status, you know what I'm saying? Rich, famous, you gotta be careful, man. Like Cat Williams said, they could bring you down in 2 weekends. This is what I want you to listen to right here. This is what I'm telling you. I didn't like what Shannon said. You got to be careful, you know what I'm saying? Especially you over the phone or whatever. You know, you over the phone talking. You can tell it's a setup. But you got to be smart. You got to be smart. You got to be careful. This is shit I ain't like right here about Shannon. And I'm going to tell you, no matter what kind of freaky mess they was doing in the bedroom or wherever the hell, all this old choking, let me play this first.
Anything I say, you're just going to like get mad at and you're just going to hang up on me. So I feel like...
I'm not going to hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What does that even mean?
I'm not together. You want to be a dick to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to choke the out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Oh, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do.
No, she don't, Shannon.
I don't think you have a choice in that.
Whoa, don't have a choice? That's going to come back and bite him in his ass. So it's hard for me to feel sorry for Shannon. I'm sorry. You know what you're going through, but gotta be careful, man. You gotta be careful. I think Shannon was just, you got a big black man like Shannon, big dude, big strong looking dude. And the other part was when he was like, oh, big black man chokes little white girl. Oh my gosh, Shannon. Anyway, hold on. Check this out, man.
I was on Threads and I saw his name trending. And I thought, wow, that's so weird. And then I clicked on it and I saw accuser. And, you know, he's being accused of like really horrific things. And the girl was 19 when it started. So I'm thinking in my head, wow, you were really projecting. You went digging and you found the fact that we have a huge age gap and you highlighted that and you tried to make fun of it, but you were actually really living that life, if not worse. I mean, this girl was a teenager. And, you know, with all the evidence that she put out there, I don't know if it's, you know, good evidence or not, or, you know, whatever. The stuff that I seen was pretty awful. I just feel like if you live in a glass house, please don't throw stones. You are very quick with the lip to ask him details on and why didn't you date her mom? Why didn't you date her mom? Oh, did you guys meet at Forever 21? At least I was 21. You know what I'm saying? Like 19 is too young.
Yeah. I want to talk about age ain't nothing but a number. And I just want to point out, sometimes age can give you a number. And of course we know about the song, age ain't nothing but a number, throwing down ain't nothing but a thing. The love that I have for you will never change. Aaliyah and R. Kelly. Oh, anyway, that age. 15 years old. Anyway, I just want to throw that out there. Age ain't nothing but a number. And that's why I wanted to call this, because I'm going to talk about not a 35-year age difference, and not even the age difference with, anyway. I'm going to talk about, and I'm going to pretty much be specific. I'm going to say a 2-year age difference. And that's when you cross the adulthood threshold, like 18 and 19. And I'm not thinking about the Shannon Sharp situation because she was 19. But I'm talking about this. So this is why I want to put out there, because I want you to look at this situation. Like I said, 2-year age difference. So just picture this. You might have a son, you might have a daughter that's around that age, and I'm going to say high school. Let's focus on high school. High school. 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay. So we know it's good. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to put that out there. Like 9th grade, could be 14 and 15 year age. You know what I'm saying? Of age. 9th grade, freshman, just starting high school. 14 through 15 year old. Okay? Keep that in mind. 10th grade, sophomore, second year in high school. 15-year-old, 16-year-old. But what I did, okay, that's why I wanted to Google that. Because I wanted to see exactly what I knew, because 18, most people, graduate, when they're a senior, 12th grade, they usually graduate mostly, when they're 18 years old. So I wanted to not just use 2 ages, I wanted to use 1, because that 1 year difference could make a difference. So if you got an 18-year-old boy, or young man, whatever you call, I'm just going to say boy, a young man, whatever, because I'm focusing on high school. Okay, just focus on high school. High school, like your high school sweetheart. So we're going to say 18-year-old. Even though 18-year-old, you can look at him as a young man. He's an adult now, a young adult. So 18-year-old. Let's say the boy is 18. But see, I wanted to even do something different. I want to come back a little bit. Come back a little bit. Okay, not 18. Let's come back to 17. Okay, so he hasn't gotten to the 18-year-old yet. Young adult. That's when most of the time it's legal. Even though sometimes 17, when it's 17 in some states, is legal. In some states, 17 years old can't have consensual sex. It depends on your state. Just want to throw that out there. But focus on high school students, okay? We're going to focus on high school, okay? So let's say the girl is 15, right? Just starting high school. She's a freshman. She's in the 9th grade. And the boy is 17. 2-year difference. 2-year age difference. She's 15, just starting high school. Okay? In the 9th grade, she's a freshman. Okay? Keep that in mind. 15-year-old girl. Let's say this your daughter. 15. Okay. You got a boy. 17. He's still a minor. He's a junior. He's in 11th grade. Okay. 2-year age difference. So they meet. They carry on a relationship. They love each other. High school sweethearts. They're not in the same class, but they're on a 2-year age difference, okay? Okay, following year. Now she's a sophomore in the 10th grade, okay? She's 16. And now he's 18. He's a senior in the 12th grade, okay? Keep that in mind. She's 16, but he's 18. Now he's coming into adulthood. Still in school, okay? They're still together. They're still a couple. Matter of fact, they're even popular. A lot of people love them together. They still, you know what I'm saying? They're high school sweethearts. They've been together for over a year. Getting along very well. Okay? Keep that in mind. Now, picture this. The following year, now she's a junior in the 11th grade. She's 17. And now he's out of school. He's 19. Not saying he's off to college or anywhere, off to the military, but let's say he's working. He was already working. He's a good guy. But he's 19 and she's 17. Remember, 2-year age difference. But he's 19. So now, I mean, he's a young adult out of school. But they still want to continue their relationship. They don't want to just break up because, hey, he's 19 and, and she's 17 and he's out of school, she's still in school. Because they want to get married one day when she get out of school. Even when she get out of school, they want to wait a little while, get married, have a kid or whatever. Whatever. Just throwing this out there. Just picture it. Picture this situation. Because I know it has happened. Probably many a times. Similar situations like this. Because it's a 2-year age difference. High school sweethearts. So I'm going to picture myself if I was in this situation. Because I want to feel this shit. You know what I mean? I want to feel it. So I'm going to take myself back to when I was in high school. Take yourself back. So you got to actually feel this shit. But see, the thing is, you might have some parents or one parent that don't approve of this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You might have a parent that don't approve of it. So age can give you a number. But picture, like I said, when you get out of school, like I said, if you're not the same age, and sometimes it'll be 1 age difference. But I'm just throwing it out there like 2 age difference. 2-year age difference. You know what I'm saying? That's why I wanted to break it down like this and just not saying, okay, 9th grade freshman, she's 14, 15, 14 through 15. No, I wanted to just say 15. I wanted to say 16, 17, 18. So you can get a better picture. Now I'm going to picture myself in this situation. So I'm going to take myself back, over 35 years? Giving up. Well, I'm around Shannon's age, put it like that. Shit. So picture myself. I'm a freaking junior in high school. I'm a junior. I'm 17 years old. In 11th grade. Here comes this female, you know what I'm saying? I see this female, she look good. She look good. Oh, my type. She's 15. Okay, she's only 2 years younger than I am. She's a freshman. Kick it with her. Everything going good. I treat her good. You know what I mean? She's good to me. So we've been together a year. So now I'm a senior. I'm 18 years old in the 12th grade. So now she's a sophomore in the 10th grade, 16 years old. She's 16 and I'm 18. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, technically, I'm a young adult, 18. She's a minor. It is what it is, yo. So we continue the relationship. Like I said, I'm putting myself in this situation. I love this woman. Girl. I love her. I love her. Been together over a year. I want to be with her. We got plans. We got serious plans. You know what I'm saying? I want to marry her one day. You know what I'm saying? I want to have some kids by her. I don't want to let her go. This is my soulmate. You know what I'm saying? We young. Some people might say, well, damn, y'all young. Y'all need to experience some other things. You might see somebody else you might want to be with. You know what I'm saying? You got to experience. Y'all too young. Looking at the clear picture, the bigger picture. Because a lot of people have, whether they end up getting married, they high school sweethearts. We hear about high school sweethearts, you know what I'm saying? You got celebrities that's high school sweethearts. Some of them still together. As far as the age thing, that's another thing. But at the same time, like I'm saying a 2-year age difference. Only 2 years. And like I said, 2 years could make a difference. In this case, because you might have a parent or parents that may look at it and say, hey, you're an adult. You're 18, you're 19. And my daughter, you know what I'm saying? She's 17. So, that's the thing with that. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, just hard. It'll be hard, especially, y'all been together like 2 years, you know what I'm saying? Everything going good. And I just picture myself like I'm in a serious relationship. I'm bringing myself back to those teenage years. Like, man, if I had this woman, girl, man, it'd be hard to give her up, man. I can't just say, man, we gonna have to cut this off, man. Babe, I'm gonna have to cut this off. I'm 18 now, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to get in no trouble. You know what I'm saying? So once you get to the 18, hey, I'm 18. I'm still in school. She's 16. It could be a problem in some cases with some parents. Then when you get out of school, you're 19 and she's 17. Maybe a even bigger issue. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a thing. It could be a scary thing. It can be scary. But like I said, the reason I want to talk about that because it's like, hey, you're in a serious relationship with this female. I mean, it could be the other way around. You know what I'm saying? The female might be older than the guy. You know what I'm saying? But I'm picturing it being the man. You know what I'm saying? The boy or whatever, older than the female. You know what I'm saying? So just look at it like that. I just try to look at different situations because even when you're in school, you know what I'm saying, you're 18 years old, you consider a young adult, legal. But you're still in school. Look at it, I'm just trying to picture this being in school and being with this female, your high school sweetheart, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Y'all a couple, you know what I'm saying? And, it's just something to think about, yo. Where do I start? My final thoughts. So much I want to say. Men especially have to be very careful messing with these young females. These real young females. If you're a man, especially in your 40s, 50s, even 60s, you gotta be careful. She could be legal. She could be legal. Over 18, over 19, even in her 20s, early 20s. But the thing is with men especially, if you're a man, let's say around 55 years old, messing with a, let's say 25-year-old, we're going to hear it mostly from people, especially the females, about messing with these young women. And to be honest, 25-year-old female, 25-year-old. If you're a man, you're in your 50s, she's 25. We look at it and says 25 plus year difference. She's grown. She's not a teenager. It is what it is. I don't like to criticize people when I see a huge age gap, 25, 30 years difference, you know what I mean? I really don't like to criticize, you know what I'm saying? As long as she's not too young, she's not no teenager messing with a 50-something-year-old man, I'm talking about like 18, you know what I'm saying? She's just becoming a young adult. I really don't like to, pretty much just stay out of it. That's their business. They happy, with I don't like to call people predators, especially if she's not a minor. But thing is, I've been pretty much in a situation where I was 20, she was 17. You know what I'm saying? It's only 3 years apart. The situation, like I said, 17 in some states is legal, and it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? You meet this female, you know what I'm saying? You like, oh, she look good, yo. Just hard at her. You know what I'm saying? And things lead to one, you know what I'm saying? Leads to another, you know what I'm saying? continue the relationship, even though, we ain't carried no further than that as far as getting married or anything like that or been together for years. But it was a little thing, a little fling or whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Thing going on, you know what I'm saying? And, whatever. But, yeah, from what I heard, the mother threatened, to have me locked up or whatever the fuck. That's what it is, man. I don't know if it's just a threat or whatever. Just leave my daughter alone. But had a situation like that before, but it ain't never happened. And probably wouldn't have happened. It probably couldn't happen. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. That was a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was young too. You know what I'm saying? Even though I was a young adult, but like I said, it was only a 3-year age difference, and back then too, you know what I'm saying, we probably not really like being extra careful like we are now, even though some people, take that risk. Some people really don't even think about stuff like that. Like I said with Shannon, you know what I'm saying, like she was 19, you know what I'm saying, he's 50-something years old, 54. You know what I'm saying? That's something like, that's a huge gap. And by him being that old and her being that young and him being famous and him being rich, you got to be careful. You got to think smart, man. You got to think with the head up here and not down here. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, and some of these females, I'm going to tell you, some of these females be looking good, you know what I'm saying? You go online, you go on, social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever. You might see a woman shaking her ass, you know what I'm saying? She's legal, you know what I'm saying? She's over 18 or whatever the hell. And someone might be under 18, you know what I'm saying? You might see women, you see these little girls shaking their booty. You look at them, whatever, keep it moving. But you might see this woman, you be like, damn. You thinking she might be in her 30s, maybe even 40, but to find out she's 20, like around 22, like damn, she look old now. I thought she was old now. Body built, I'm talking about built, not just thick, but I'm talking about built like a grown woman. But she young, like damn, she's 22 and I'm 50-something years old, like damn. I mean, you look at it, you're like damn, man. All you do is just fantasize. I mean, you look, but don't touch. That's all I can say, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with looking. Hell, you in the privacy of your own home, you got your phone, got your TV or whatever. Look, see a woman shaking her ass. Like I said, you got some of these little young girls. You see them and stuff. I mean, they allow them to do it. That's what it is. They better be twerking or whatever the hell, twerking or whatever. But you see some of these females, you see a female, she look good, body look good, you be like, damn, she look good, you know what I'm saying? Find out she young. Damn, she ain't up but like 25 years old. Damn, she young. But like damn. Got some pretty pictures. She look good. Pictures, videos. Like damn, she look good, yo. All you do is just fantasize, yo. Like I said, look but don't touch. Just look at her and like damn. That don't mean stop. Hey, she too young. That don't mean you just stop looking at her videos and stuff and stop. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just look. Look. Throw in the comments. Say, hey, some nice pictures or whatever. Throw in a little comment. Not saying, trying to get with her or anything, but, just fantasize, man. Get your jerk off or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's what I do. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of these females, you know what I'm saying, looking good, you know what I'm saying, shake their ass or whatever. I just look. You know what I'm saying? They young. Ain't nothing wrong with looking. Ain't nothing wrong with looking. These teachers out here, especially these, never mind. But these teachers out here, you see more female teachers out here than men teachers, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these teachers, most of them married, messing with these students, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes 2 and 3 of them, these students at the same time, you know what I'm saying? They running the train on her. You know what I'm saying? I've been seeing too many teachers, female teachers, and some of them be married. It's crazy. And there's really no excuse for that. Can't say, well, maybe, her husband ain't putting it down, you know what I'm saying, like he's supposed to. But some women just love, maybe they just love messing with these young guys, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's just a thrill to them until they get their ass in trouble. There's been too many of these teachers, There's been too many female teachers getting in trouble messing with these students, 15, 16, 17-year-old students, you know what I'm saying? So, I see too many of those. And I'm going to tell you, sometimes the temptation can be there. You know what I'm saying? You might be, say if I'm at the store somewhere, let's say I go to the store, I see the look, you know what I'm saying, the shorty, you know what I'm saying? And damn, she look good. And I know she young. But to find out, damn, she ain't number like 23, you know what I'm saying? And I'm, damn, in my 50s. Damn, she, my son older than her. I was like, damn, she young. The temptations are real, man. I know it can, but she want to holler at you, though. You know what I'm saying? She want to give you time. She know you old as fuck, you know what I'm saying? Much older. And, sometimes the parents don't approve of that either, you know what I'm saying? Even though she grown, she got her own place or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, when you go messing with a young female, you got to worry about your family, your friends. Like, damn, what you doing with that young girl, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes you might want to just, mess around for a little bit. Shit, you might want to get your groove back. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes the temptation there, man, you got a little young female in her 20s, man, but she got damn, I can't say body type, because some older one, I see women in their 60s, 70s, the slim, got a nice shape and stuff, look like she could be in her early 20s or whatever the hell. But you can't really judge that, man, because some of these females that's in their 50s ain't got nobody. You know what I'm saying? Nobody, no tits, no ass, nothing, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard to say, man, but I've seen some females, you know what I'm saying, online, like Instagram and shit, you know what I'm saying? Thick, in their 20s, man. Like I said, just look, but don't touch. Even though you might not get an opportunity to touch her, but just look and just keep stroking it. Jerk it off, whatever, and just fantasize about hitting it. That's all you can do, man. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to put something out there, man. Just keep it moving. Just keep it pushing, man. Sometimes it's best. You ain't got to worry about getting pregnant. You ain't got to worry about getting no trouble. You just look at this female, click on that joint, man. Damn. There she go again. Oh. She look good. Body, face. She look good, man. Damn. One. Gotta go. Especially the men, we have to be extra careful out here. I'm not saying it's a double standard when it comes to women, but most of the time the men will actually get the effects of it before a woman will. For instance, you can have celebrities, you got a little minor boy on stage accepting an award, and you got a female that's older, much older, maybe like in their 40s, that snag a kiss. You know what I'm saying? But if it's a man that actually do this to a little girl, he's a predator. He's a creep. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Yeah. Reminisce about the good old days. Reminisce about the good old days.
I remember when I got my first pistol. It was a 38 5-shot snub nose Smith & Wesson.
Yup. Something to think about. That's all I pretty much had to say, you know what I'm saying? Just picture, man. Just be careful out here, yo. I'm out.
Darnell, why you didn't date her mom? Why you go for the